Hey everyone, welcome to group break number 147. Today we have our nice little 8-box Panini football mixer. Lots of fun here. The one thing I will say is that there are no card stands today. Those are kind of put away, so any cards that, kind of display worthy we'll kind of recap at the end of the video. But without further ado, let's get underway into the team randoms. So, as always, 3 times on the names, 3 times on the teams. Who you line up with is who you get. There we go. Once, twice, and third time. Wait for it to paste in. Likes to be. Oh, did I miss one on the copy? I missed one on the copy. Hang on, we gotta redo that. That is my bad. Did it not paste properly? Yeah, there's only 31. That's my bad. 3 times again. Again, no teams were there. So once, there we go. There's 32. Twice, and third time. It's like, why is it only 31? There we go. That's better. Now we're at 32. And new one there. Once. Twice. And third time. There we go. Alright, here we go. Graham, you got the Falcons. Justice with the Raiders. Paul with the Vikings. Lee with the Lions. Francois with the Bears. Mark, you've got Baltimore. Justin with Kansas City. Tony with Green Bay. Colton with Washington. David, you got Pittsburgh. Kyle, you've got the Dolphins. Ryan with the Browns. Ted with the Bills. Steve with the Bengals. Lindsay, you've got the Chargers. Wow, those are a lot of good teams in a row there, or kind of all packed together. And Jason, you've got the Jets. Christian with the 49ers. Garrett with the Eagles. Chris with the Panthers. Henry with the Texans. Jared with the Cardinals. Chris with the Titans, Brian with the Jaguars, Matthew, you've got the Giants, Kevin with the Broncos, Gabriel with the Saints, Andrew with the Rams, Joseph with the Bucks, Scott with the Seahawks, Vince with the Colts, Andrew with the Patriots, and Owen with the Cowboys. So there are your teams. And stream output. There we go. Hopefully everyone's doing well today. No, I don't want to save this. It is a nice temperature out, finally, which is good. But hey, J-Train, give me a fun break. And always, love this mix. Give a couple seconds for, whatchamacallit. A couple seconds just to allow for any trades potentially. I will kind of wait for those, but yeah, let's see. It is 4:13, so it'll give me about a couple minutes. But so yeah, 4:15 we'll start, and we'll rip through it, and we'll recap all the big hits. Actually, I could probably use the back end of the Ultra Pro boxes if we actually have a really big hit to show on a stand, but yeah, they kind of are in use right now well, they're tucked away, so I don't know if I can find them quick enough, but no, I won't be able to. Alright, I need to make sure I have sleeves. That's the one thing I need to make sure I have, because it's football. We sleeve up a lot of cards. I think around, just doing some basic math on the breaks for this week, we're going to have around each football break is roughly like you need 75 individual top loaders for cards, like for just the rookies and stuff, and then hockey is just we top load and sleeve every young gun, so that's guaranteed 72 right there at least minimum, so like 75 per each break. So you know it's gonna be a lot of individual top loaders, and some of them I told someone, but sometimes they like I try to catch them as we go along. Just if you ever notice, like sometimes the top loaders are literally just, this one kind of got some dust and stuff on it, but because it kind of fell out of my garbage can, I pulled it back out just to kind of take a picture and show people. But like sometimes they just come like this right out of the pack, so I try to catch them, and that way you know when you're opening up your cards and stuff, they don't get you, because my hands kind of get cut up from every once in a while. Like my thumbs are not bad, but every once in a while you get like a really like sharp edge of top loaders. The 180s and 130s can be really bad. But yeah, here we go. No trades. Let's get started. The downfall to sorting cards is all the paper cuts. And believe me, you get a lot of paper cuts. As much as you try, well, it's not paper, it's plastic cuts. As much as you try to avoid them. Also, I think we went a week without a Genesis, so we are officially on the dew point for that. So here we go. Let's see what's hiding in pack one. We already got a green, maybe a rookie mosaic here, so here we go. Jason Taylor for the Dolphins, Boyd for the Bengals, Matthew for the Chiefs, and Rieger for the Eagles on the green mosaic. Pulled a lot of Rieger. That is one player name that we have hit more than all the others, it seems like. Gordon for the Broncos, Connor for the Steelers, Taylor for the Colts on the rookie, and Randy Moss for the Vikings on the will to win. Yeah, I've had a couple of emails like just from like random places that the filters have just been like, they're spam, and just like, no, this is not spam, this is my bill. Conley for the Jaguars, Kuechly for the Panthers, Manning for the Colts, and Cook for the Vikings. Same with campsite reservations. They went to my spam for some reason, which is like, no, I want that. Lynch for the Seahawks, Thomas for the Saints, Hurts for the Eagles on the debut rookie, and Mahomes for Kansas City. So, it's just a debut. It's not an instant sleeve and top loader. Monday or Tuesday normally, Henry. Try to aim for Monday. It just depends sometimes on product releases and stuff, but J-Trey, nice. Cousins for the Vikings. Baker for the Browns. Sanders for the Lions. Landry on the green mosaic for the Browns. Yeah, try to do it Monday. Monday around 4 Pacific is generally where we aim. Williams for the Chargers. Bradshaw for the Steelers. Akers for the Rams on the rookie. And Silver of Hyde for the Texans. So first Silver up goes to the Texans. And honestly, good team to get it because they don't have a ton rookie-wise. So they have like a select rookie, and I think that's about it. Darnold for the Jets. Peppers for the Panthers. Freeney for the Colts, and Tua green debut for the Dolphins. He's been all over the breaks lately. It's nice Tua green. Stick that in the recap pile. Even though it's just the debut, it's still a nice pull. But yeah, breaks normally Monday 4 p.m.-ish is when we try. It's not always a success. And by the way, like some of the cards, like this one, I just noticed it from the angle, but it's got like a little bit of like the fingerprinting in the foil. Like it looks like someone kind of dug their fingernail into the card. I don't know how else to describe it, but there's like a little dent on it. Try to call it everything with Mosaic, especially, but it's tough because there's always a bunch of print lines, and like can be a bunch of print line scratch marks. So McCourty for the Patriots, McLaurin for Washington, Cousins for the Vikings, and Tomlinson for the Chargers. So yeah, not a bad blaster at all. So got Tua green, Mahomes insert, I mean, our rookies weren't the worst. They weren't the best. The Hurts debut is always solid. You know, nothing like horrible, but yeah, Monday's around 4-ish, depending on if it's a holiday or not. Is when we try to get breaks. If not, it'll be like Tuesday. But we'll see. Again, that might change over time. But for right now, it's kind of what we're aiming for. Henry, looking into it, I would love to. I grew up playing baseball. I love baseball. So kind of, you know, want to get some of those breaks in there too, because they're just definitely different and fun. But yeah, we'll see how it could go. So. And baseball, honestly, like, out of all the sports, it seems I'd say that it's the one that kind of was the tamest box price-wise. Like, yes, there were crazy spikes, but, like, they seemed within the realms of what baseball has. Yeah, Dynasty, like, again, like, if we get new product in, we will definitely do our best to use it in breaks. So, as long as there is some for breaks, it's just... especially with, you know, football and basketball, we don't really get much hobby in, unfortunately. So, if any hobby, and so, you know, it's kind of stuck to retail, which is you're kind of limited a little bit, and you know, collegiate stuff is nice. Maybe for basketball, we'll see, but yeah. All right, we're gonna rip and stack these again. I like that last time with football. So, and just if we see a big rookie, we'll pull it off, but for the most part, we'll just rip through all the pinks and then go through them after. Yeah, that's the one thing that I've noticed the whole time, is that, like, they've been more affordable, and, like, they haven't spiked as much. Even compared to hockey, really. Like, hockey spiked pretty good and wax dried up pretty quickly. Baseball's kind of just been steadier. But that's because I think Topps does a good job of managing, like, their releases and stuff. So hockey's been the most chaotic one, both in terms of, like, pricing and, like, box sales, and then, like, just supply. Well, that's a big one. We'll take that one off the back right now, because that's a Herbert True Pink for the Chargers. Yeah, hockey, which is, again, the main one that we do get in. You know, it was 6-7 weeks without a product, and that just... That can kill a lot of interest in the sport, so... Especially during the playoffs, too, right? That was the most frustrating part, is that it's like, playoffs, like, okay, let's get some products, like, some new products, and... You know, we had a couple at the start, and then extended came out after the cup was awarded. So, all right, let's get this focus going. Focus. It really doesn't want to focus on these. Hang on. All right, there we go. Watt for the Texans, Cousins for the Vikings. Kmet for the Bears. I'll leave all the rookies after. Reed for the Ravens. Cunningham for the Eagles. Puron for the Jets. Cooper for the Cowboys. Collins for Washington. That was where the Herbert was. Vic for the Falcons. Bell for the Giants. Wilson for the Seahawks. Hyde for the Texans. Thielen for the Vikings. Okuda for the Lions. Smith for the Bears. Wagner for the Seahawks. And Bradshaw for the Steelers. Aikman for the Cowboys, Ngakoue for the Jaguars, Swift debut for the Lions, Boyd for the Bengals, Alstott for the Bucks, Jackson for the Ravens, Moore for the Lions, Woods for the Rams, Elway for the Broncos, Moore for the Panthers, Breeze for the Saints, Urlacher for the Bears, White for the Bills, Bettis for the Steelers, Akers for the Rams on the debut pink, Galladay for the Lions, James Jr. for the Chargers, and Terrell for the Falcons. So there are all your pinks. Like, I mean, like literally just hit the best pink, so it was good, type of thing. But the overall names weren't great, but we hit the best possible one, so like, yeah, you know. Oh, and funny story. So I was kind of up in Kelowna for a couple days, just doing visiting some my grandparents and getting some golf in. But my cat was here, and my partner, we both went up, and my cat, like, we were without her for 2 days, and like today was our kind of first full day back. We got back late last night. She was just all over me today. Ryan for the Falcons, Sutton for the Broncos, Namath for the Jets, Tomlinson for the Chargers, Emmitt Smith for the Cowboys on the old school Mosaic, Ruggs for the Raiders on the debut. She was just rolling around at my feet. I sat on the couch to do some, like, I just did some like spreadsheeting and stuff and pulled the like nameless for the breaks, and she just laid on my lap the whole time, like just purring. Brunell for the Jaguars, Landry for the Browns, Haskins for Washington, Chark Jr. for the Jaguars, Manning for the Giants, and Mims for the Jets. And it's just really funny because like it's 48 hours, but she's just like, no, I missed you. You can't leave now. You got to stay here. King for the Packers, Montgomery for the Bears, Lockett for the Seahawks, Gilmore for the Patriots, upside down silver of Smith for the Cowboys, and Thomas for the Saints on the Pro Bowl. My partner's parents were looking after her though, and like just stopping by to make sure she had food and stuff, and she decided to climb in the sink, and she knows that's a no. She got busted. So Gonzalez for Kansas City, Elliott for the Cowboys, Taylor for the Dolphins, Young for the 49ers on the green Mosaic, Long for the Raiders, and Edwards for the Raiders. She got busted. She knew it was wrong and kind of just looked really guilty, but just like, I'm just gonna sit up here for a couple seconds. Johnson for the Texans, Robinson for the Bears, Gordon. This got like goo on it that might wipe off, but not sure. Gordon for the Broncos, Connor for the Steelers, Flea Flicker for the Vikings, and Elway for the Broncos. Stafford for the Lions, Beasley for the Bills, Conley for the Jaguars, Brown for the Titans on the green Mosaic, Mack for the Bears on the will to win, and P. Ren for the Jets on the rookie. Hunt for the Browns, Jones for the Falcons, Lynch for the Seahawks, Thomas for the Saints, Garoppolo for the 49ers on the Got Game green, and Swift for the Lions on the Mosaic debut rookie. I really wish there was Mosaic hockey, though. It's just such a nice product. Butkus for the Bears, Fournette for the Jaguars, Cousins for the Vikings, Reed for the Ravens, Edelman for the Patriots on the Got Game, and Gandy Golden for Washington. I feel like it's kind of what whatchamacallit's going to evolve into. OPG Platinum, kind of. Maybe a mix between Platinum and Allure, but Van Der Esch for the Cowboys, Jackson for the Ravens, Williams for the Chargers, Bradshaw for the Steelers, Smith for the Cowboys on the Touchdown Masters, and Smith for the Cowboys on the Hall of Fame. No disc golfing. We were going to try and go up in Kelowna, but it's kind of... it was just late, and after golfing, it was really hot up there and really smoky too. Fuller for the Bears, Dawson for the Chiefs, Darnold for the Jets. Oh, Tua Mosaic debut for the Dolphins. Nice one there. Smith for the Cowboys, and Simmons for the Cardinals. A couple nice Tuas. But we were going to go up to one course, and it was late and smoky and busy, and it's just like, probably not. And yesterday after golf, it was way too smoky yesterday to do anything, and we had to get back home anyway, so it didn't really work out. But hopefully the next couple days I might go just throw at the field or something. Staubach for the Cowboys, Brown for the Ravens, Waller for the Raiders, Watt for the Steelers, McCaffrey on the silver for the Panthers. Looks like a couple little scratch marks, nothing major though. Dobbins for the Ravens on the debut. But yeah, I'm disc golfing so much fun. I did Actual golf, I wasn't counting everything, and I hadn't played in about a year, so it was like kind of mid-90s. When I actually like play more, like I've played maybe 4 or 5 rounds in the past 2 years, if that. Green for the Bengals, Jones for Kansas City, Jones for the Giants, Rieger on the green for the Eagles again. Brett Favre on the little win for the Packers, and Henderson for the Jaguars. But like if I'm playing more regularly, like I'd probably shoot consistently in like the mid 80s, mid high 80s, like something like that. I think that's what I was shooting at least when I was playing pretty consistently. So Garrett for the Browns might be better now, but Hicks for the Cardinals, Stidham for the Patriots, George for the Titans, Manning for the Giants on the silver, and Moss for the Vikings. The highlight of my golf game was, well, there are a few highlights, but the main highlight was a hole that I'm just like, yeah, I need to take a 6-iron into the hole, and like is a really really hard par 4. Like had a really good drive and just like, yeah, just 6-iron should be there. Well, I accidentally took my 9-iron, hit a really sweet 9-iron. If I had my 6-iron, I would have been at the green, but I was short because I took the wrong club. Mack for the Bears, Minshew for the Jaguars, Argent for the Seahawks, Keyshawn Vaughn for the Bucks on the green Mosaic rookie, Butkus for the Bears, and Ayuk for the 49ers. So, and then of course, you know, the chipping struggles after that were not great on that hole. So, Allen for the Bills, Adams for the Packers, Watt for the Steelers, Gesicki for the Dolphins, Flea Flicker for the Broncos, and Jordan Love on the debut for the Packers. I mean, it's a highlight because that 9-iron shot was like perfect. Like just beautiful. But it's just, you know, club choice. My dad always makes fun of me too because I have so many golf balls in my bag that it's really heavy. My grandparents live right on a golf course too, and they like have found golf balls, and I've naturally had that talent passed down to me, I guess. Hopkins for the Cardinals, Davis for the Broncos, Waller for the Raiders, Lattimore for the Saints on the green Mosaic, Baker on the whirlwind for the Browns, and Swift for the Lions. But yeah, like I ended up finding more golf balls than what I lost, which I'm always happy with. But yeah, my dad's not so much because my golf bag is heavier. So Brown for the Bills, Watson for the Texans, Roethlisberger for the Steelers, Moore for the Lions on the green Mosaic, Locke for the Broncos on the got game, and Claypool for the Steelers. He's going to start making me store my clubs here pretty soon, I'd imagine, though, just because they're so heavy. But yeah, hitting a shot with the wrong club is like, if it's short, it's one thing. If it's long and like you are OB or something, oh, that's frustrating. Tillman for the Bears, Mahomes for the Chiefs, Thomas for the Dolphins, Jones for the Giants, Namath for the Jets on the old school green Mosaic, and Lamar Jackson for the Ravens. A couple little marks on the Mahomes, but yeah, golf is fun. I mean, my grandparents live on a golf course, so I golfed a lot growing up, and was just around the sport a lot. Worked at a golf course a couple of years. Edmonds for the Bills, Watt for the Texans, McCourty for the Patriots, McLaurin for Washington, Silver of Lamar Jackson for the Ravens on the Pro Bowl, not a bad one, and Dillon for the Packers on the debut. So, kind of golf's been kind of a bigger part of my life now. I actually prefer, there's parts of the golf that I like against disc golf, like just when you hit a shot really good in golf, like the feel of the club hitting the ball is really nice, and like it's hard to replicate that. But like the overall like shot shaping and stuff with disc golf, I like more. Ridley for the Falcons, Johnson for the Lions, Metcalf for the Seahawks, Darrington Evans for the Titans on the green Mosaic rookie, Flea Flicker for the Lions, and Murray for the Chargers on the rookie. So like, there's pros and cons to like both of them, but I don't know. I like disc golf a little bit more, to be honest, because like the weird thing about golfing in like the summer in the Okanagan when there's a bunch of fires is how green and the grass always is. And like Chark for the Jaguars. I'll finish after this pack, but Prescott for the Cowboys, Allen for the Jaguars, Wentz for the Eagles, Flea Flicker Mosaic for the Lions, and Smith for the Vikings. But like just seeing how green like all this stuff is, and then like you're just like, well, there's a bunch of fires and like, just using that water for golfing, whereas like disc golf, it can be played on like dirt. So Ingram for the Ravens, Hawkinson for the Lions, Kamara for the Saints, Moss for the Vikings, Jacobs for the Raiders on the will to win, and True Burrow for the Bengals. So I don't know. I think like environmentally, as I pack everything with sports cards with a bunch of plastic, but I think disc golf's probably slightly, and by slightly I mean a lot better, just because it's a smaller footprint and it can just be in any park that's got trees or anything or an open field. Kelsey for Kansas City, Wooden for the Raiders, Thielen for the Vikings, Wagner for the Seahawks, Rice for San Francisco on the will to win green, and Sanders for the Lions on the Hall of Fame base. But also, like, at the same time, like with golf, like when you hit a shot real nice, it's like, oh, that feels good. Hyde for the Texans, Smith for the Bears, Bettis for the Steelers, Aikman for the Cowboys on the green, Juju for the Steelers on the got game, and Judy for the Broncos on the rookie. It's just like one of those weird things that you like don't quite think about all the time golfing, especially down like in Vancouver, is like, I mean, I saw it working at the course how much goes into the care of it, and like rightfully so, you kind of have to, right? It's a business, you got to make sure you're taking care of the course and stuff, but yeah, playing disc golf is it's a different type of rewarding. I think it's easier to do. It's easier to do like kind of okay in disc golf, but harder to be like at that top pro level. Just because like the pros, like the pros in golf, like distance wise, on a good day when I was playing, I was still obviously shorter, but I was closer there. Disc golf, like especially right now, and it's like early on, I am nowhere near where they can throw. Like they can throw 600 feet, like the top pros, and it's like I'm happy if I throw. I'm like 600 feet where they want to. I'm happy if I throw like 300. Like if I throw 300 feet, that's a far shot for me. It's really different compared to like golf. Dawkins for the Eagles, Rodgers for the Packers, Taylor for the Colts on the P rookie, Ruggs for the Raiders on the playoff, and Davis for the Bills. But yeah, it's honestly like it's just worth trying out. It like shaping your shots a lot more. You have a lot more control over every single action you do. So like shaping your shot is more intentional. Higgins for the Bengals, Wright for Washington, Ryan on the pink for the Falcons, Ruggs for the Raiders on the rated rookie, and Higgins for the Bengals. But like shaping your shots a lot more intentional. Your mechanics and stuff and how it works is like all come like you. It's easier to kind of like. I wouldn't say it's easier to figure things out. It's hard to describe it. It's I feel like you hit a lot more plateaus in disc golf, where it's like really hard to take that next step. Whereas golf, it's like kind of like smooth progression. Ridley for the Falcons, Cook for the Vikings, Burrow on the pink Gridiron Kings for the Bengals. I'll sleeve that up after. CH for the Chiefs on the Legacy rookie, and Piran for the Jets. I mean, I'd consider disc golf players athletes. Like the amount of talent you have to disc golf is, especially at the top end, like, yeah, that's like a lot of talent. I mean, I think there's the Pro-Am coming up. I'm not going to watch that just because there's a person in that I really don't care for. But, the top players, like, are extremely, like, fit and, like, mechanically good luck. Like, you can get a disc into the hand of some, like, random athlete and, like, sure, they might be able to throw it okay, but, like, distance-wise, hang on, my cat just knocked something down. Holmes for the Chiefs. I'll just gonna run after this pack here. Tua for the Dolphins on the rookie. I'll sleeve that up. CEH for the Chiefs on the pink. Jordan Love on the clear for the Packers. And Zach Moss for the Bills. I will be back in 2 seconds. I just heard something go fall. So, 2 seconds here. All right, sorry about that. She decided to jump on the fridge and knock down all of the calendars. So I heard a bunch of stuff fall, and it was kind of just like, is she okay? But she's fine. She just meowed at me. Swift for the Lions. Oh, and there's a Sean Alexander for the Seahawks behind that. Chase Young for Washington on the pink Gridiron Kings. Jefferson for the Vikings. And Dobbins for the Ravens. So, honestly, traditional golfers now are extremely fit. Like, it's not the same game that it once was. Like, traditional golfers now are extremely fit. But yeah, like disc golfers in general, like you're walking the course, so like it's a long walk to play. You have to have some sort of muscle, but like the amount of times you play and like you're walking around and stuff, like you're just gonna naturally be more active than the average person. Namath for the Jets, Hodge for the Browns, because it's a lot of work. So, but yeah, Metcalf for the Seahawks, Hurts for the Eagles, and Edwards for the Raiders. But yeah, I'd even argue that traditional golfers are very fit. Yeah, it's totally level dependent. Gronk for the Bucks, Butkus for the Bears, Ayuk for the 49ers on the pink, Burrow on the score. It looks like it's got a lot of print lines on it, so nice card, lots of little print lines and a couple little indents up by the B there. But nice card. Chanel Jr. for the Jaguars. Yeah, I mean, you still have to be recreationally, you can, obviously, you don't have to be out there running marathons and stuff like that, but it's the same thing as regular golf. If you can play regular golf, you can play disc golf. It's like any sport, just the level that you play at often dictates, kind of how in shape you are, type of thing, because that's the amount of preparation that you need. For lack of a better phrase, that's really poor wording, but you know what I mean. Favre for the Packers, Judy for the Broncos, Elway for the Broncos on the pink, CeeDee Lamb for the Cowboys on the rookie, T. Higgins for the Bengals. But yeah, with every sport, you have to have some familiarity with it. You have technique. You have, in disc golf, you can try throwing that disc as hard as you can, but if you don't have good technique, it ain't going anywhere. So I learned that fairly quickly. I have a bit I had a bit of ultimate experience in the past with when I was kind of in elementary school, and some of that's carried over. I can throw a forehand really good in disc golf, but Bug-eyed, we don't have stands right now, so that's the main problem. But yeah, we got some nice stuff, so. I will try to find the stands in between the breaks, but no guarantees on that. Juju for the Steelers, Jordan Love for the Packers on the rookie, Mims for the Jets, Taylor for the Colts, and Swift for the Lions. But yeah, we've hit a Tua regular, we've hit a Herbert Pink from Mosaic, Tua debuts in green and Mosaic. CH Legacy out of Chronicles. So we hit some nice stuff. Landry for the Browns, Claypool for the Steelers, Lewis for the Ravens, Jefferson for the Rams on the rated rookie, Robinson for the Jaguars. So, hey, both football breaks get hit. Lewis for the Ravens, Newton for the Patriots, Davis for the Bills, Claypool for the Steelers. Again, that's got the same kind of fingerprinting. Jefferson for the Vikings. Yeah, it's weird how sometimes it's just like you just go on like a bad spree of like just bad teams, or like getting the right teams but not getting the right cards. Carr for the Raiders, Henderson for the Jaguars, Carr for the Raiders on the pink, Burrow for the Bengals on the playoff, and CD Lamb for the Cowboys. This means we should have Tua right behind it. But yeah, that's something that I'm very familiar with. So it's definitely tough. It's like opening up boxes though too, right? Like there will be times where you have a lot of boxes, or like you'll go through like a really hot streak with boxes, and all of a sudden you won't get anything for like your next 50 boxes. Thomas for the Saints, Evans for the Bucks, Higgins for the Bengals on the pink, and there's the Tua for the Dolphins with a love right behind it. Bucks they're okay. I would put them in like, they're not by any stretch of the imagination a good team, but they're not a bad team. They're like, you get quantity with them, but sometimes you get quantity. I don't know why I instantly top-loaded and saved that, but anyways. We'll keep going with this for as long as we have it. I, again, don't quite remember exactly how much is left, but yeah. Kelly for the Bills, Gross Matos for the Panthers. There's another Ruggs. Evans for the Bucks, Ruggs for the Raiders, and CH for the Chiefs. I have no idea, to be honest. I forget that number off the top of my head. Henry for the Titans, Allen for the Chargers, P. Ryan for the Jets, Taylor for the Colts, and there's a Burrow right behind it for the Bengals. But yeah, like, I know Mosaic, we've probably got, just in Mosaic, we've probably got like a couple more weeks, like, or maybe like another month and a little bit of Mosaic at this rate, but Watson for the Texans, Swift for the Lions, Jefferson for the Vikings, so doubling up there. Lamb for the, that feels like I'm missing a card in there. Yep, I was. Thomas on the pink for the Saints, and Jefferson for the Vikings, and CD Lamb for the Cowboys. So yeah, 2020 stuff is just crazy. I think 2021's gonna be, that's gonna be real interesting to see what their what the market is. Azumeo, no idea here. So kind of just depends on when product gets in, type of thing. Yeah, Select is a fun rip. Select Chronicles. I mean, Prizm is a love-hate relationship because you either get the boxes that have, you know, the Tua orange lasers, the Herberts, and the Tua base. But Prizm is by far the biggest risk-reward product we have in this break. Which is fine, like, you need to have, like, a little bit, but yeah. Yeah, Chronicles is my favorite, though. Godert for the Eagles, Rodgers for the Packers, Akers for the Rams on the Prizm rookie, that's not bad, and Kelly for the Chargers. I feel like retail first, I don't think it hurt Select. I think it made it more accessible in the fact that, like, you could get a smaller sample of it. But yeah, like, it did add more cards from the product to the market. So Diggs for the Bills, Njoku for the Browns, Smith for the Saints, and Howard for the Bucks. Ogden for the Ravens, Montana for the 49ers, Chiasson for the Jaguars on the rookie, and Sean Jackson for the Eagles on the orange lasers. That was like one of the first breaks with Prizm, wasn't it? I mean, you know, it's always kind of been like that. It's just a different scale now, because like the numbered is like obviously the rarer the card, the better. But Bell for the Jets, Doyle for the Colts, Vic for the Falcons, and Duggar for the Patriots. Like it's one of those just like you definitely like you've always chased the low numbered cards, and like the select blasters you can definitely like you can get some lower numbered cards out of, but yeah, it's a tough balance to strike, right? Palomalu for the Steelers, Reynolds for the Rams, Blacklock for the Texans on the rookie, and Allen for the Bills on the orange lasers. Right, like from a card manufacturer standpoint, you want to sell as much product as you can, and you want to also get as many different people and like price points in. So like you have your cards that like you have your hobby boxes that people that you know have the ability to go out and get hobby boxes can do that. You have your blasters for people you know who just want to collect the base set, because there's people that do want to do that, right? Landry for the Browns, Van Noy for the Dolphins, Coulter for the Texans on the silver rookie, and Sutton on the hype for the Broncos. So, but like base rookies are still gonna hold some value, especially over time. That won't change from the core sets. I don't think it's quite like the 80s, and it's more the 90s. Because the other thing is that there are definitely manufacturing restrictions, but the companies like Panini, Upper Deck, Topps, they all have to be super careful about how much product they pump out, because if you oversaturate the market with too many products, you know, you start to people's interest starts to dwindle because they're more readily available and not as rare, right? So it's a really, really tough balance to strike. It's honestly tougher than what a lot of people get it. But Hicks for the Bears, Ryan for the Falcons, P. Ryan for the Jets on the rookie, and Uchi for the Patriots on the Prizm rookie. I don't know. I don't know how much it's actually increased. They may have added more sets, but in terms of like their overall print runs, they're actually fairly similar to what they used to. Obviously, when you add in retail, you do add more cards in just by nature of that. Martin for the Jets, Chubb for the Browns, Peterson for the Cardinals, and Drake for the Cardinals. But like, it's not to the extent that what you'd probably think. Fells for the Texans, Clark for the Packers, Gladney for the Vikings on the rookie, and Lawrence for the Giants. Like, for hockey, for example, a lot of people were speculating around, like, Series 2 this year, and, like, in Series 1 and seeing if Upper Deck printed out anymore. But, like, everything kind of felt the same in Series 1. Series 2, like, the exclusives and stuff were a little rarer, but also we had cases with 0 and then cases with more, so... Ward for the Browns. It's got a slight corner ding on that one. White for the Patriots. Brady for the Bucks. And Davis for the Bills on the orange rookie. But, yeah. I don't know. The whole, like... It's tough, right? Because you want to say it's increased just with demand, but at the same time, like... I don't know how much it's actually increased. Beasley for the Bills. Wright for the Seahawks. Rieger for the Eagles. And Lamar Jackson for the Ravens. Like, I think, you know, especially when you're in the hobby in general, you see more people get interested in it, so you're just, like, instinctively, like, there's got to be more product just because there's more people getting interested in it. But Leonard for the Colts, Green for the Bengals. Oh, that's a good one. CeeDee Lamb on the silver for the Cowboys. That's our first good silver Prizm rookie. That's good. We'll take it. Again, not a big name, but both for the 49ers on the fireworks. But hey, and where Panini's MO has been value in their parallels. They've been good, really, really good at marketing and keeping value in their parallels. And that I think is super important long term because it's just easier to it's important, but it's also a tough thing to manage, right? Because you can't have, you know, if you're printing a LeBron Prizm base every single year, obviously LeBron's a bit of an exception, but like that card's not gonna hold its value. Like they could definitely do from, you know, maybe switching up sets each year type of thing. But, you know, it'll just be interesting to see where the hobby evolves to, right? So, all right. Ooh, that's a good start. Good premier level on the back. Beckham for the Browns on the concourse. Oh, good start to select. Chase Young for Washington on the field level green. And, oh, okay, this is a pack. Field level green of Chase Young for Washington. You take that every day of the week. A Tua tricolor premier for the Dolphins. And a Herbert base premier. Like, just a nuts pack. You know, there's 3 cards that are really good right there. But yeah, I think where card companies are gonna slowly start shifting to is to putting the focus on parallels because they have more control over that type of stuff. And like autographs over time are probably gonna increase in cost and just stuff you need to do to kind of protect them, ship them, get them on time. Prescott for the Cowboys, Hamler for the Broncos, Silver Unbreakable of Davis for the Broncos, and Okuda for the Lions. But, you know, one thing that I think every single person in the hobby hates is redemptions. And, like, it's kind of one of those things, like, you kind of have to have them. But at the same time, if you have a product that isn't dependent on autographs, you don't have to worry about that type of stuff. So it'll be interesting to see, like, kind of what the hobby shifts to over the next few years. Because there has obviously been a huge uptake in, like, just base rookie and parallel collecting. So for the Lions, Palomalu on the club level silver. Yep, for the Steelers. Brady on the premier level tricolor for the Bucks. And then Johnson for the Texans on the club level. Yep. So just kind of some observations I've had at least. But yeah, like, yeah, I think the one thing about card production is that you're starting to see more non-officially licensed companies get into the scene of things, which I think is fine. But Locke for the Broncos, Chancellor for the Seahawks on the field level, club level green, Jefferson for the Vikings on certified select rookies, and Rivers for the Colts on the premier level. Jared, you had the Cardinals, so was that like the 7 zounds like in total products, or was that just like throughout the year type of thing? Claypool for the Steelers on the rookie, Dobbins on the jersey. That's a nice purple swatch there for the Ravens. Davis on the club level for the Dolphins, the tricolor, and Gibson for Washington. But yeah, like obviously, you know, it's tough. Like you're gonna lean into your better selling brands just because at the end of the day it's a business, right? Like you wanna market your stuff as best as possible. Like I do agree that at a certain point they might have oversaturated with silvers, but it's not honestly like not the worst. It could be worse. It could be like, again, it could be the 90s where it's like really pumped out and then no one really knew about it. Goff for the Rams, Montana for Kansas City on the field level, Smith for the Cowboys on the Unbreakable, and Rieger for the Eagles on the club level. So yeah, not a bad blaster at all there. Yeah, I mean, there's more products now. I don't know about like quality-wise. I think quality-wise, it depends what you're looking for. Like, are you talking about just the QA on the cards in general? or like just the value per box. You know, like, I think there's merits to both sides of that. Obviously, QA's been a lot tougher in the past 2 years because production's been more limited. Quality in terms of products, especially depending on the sport, can definitely agree there. But like, there's products that I love and that have been like, if Select was like if Select was like this 5 years ago, everyone would have been like, yeah, that's a good product, and it's like it now, and most people like, yeah, it's a good product. Hamler for the Broncos. Epinesa for the Bills on the club level green die cut. Moore for the Chargers on the field level, concourse, not field level, tricolor, and Mayfield for the Browns. So the card quality is actually also a byproduct of more people getting cards graded too. You know, as it's one of those things where as more people grade cards, like, they've started to make their grading policy stricter. This has got a weird line through here, by the way. Swift for the Lions, Prescott for the Cowboys, Swift for the Lions on the certified select rookies, and Dillon for the Packers. So like, and you're also starting to see, again, the flip side of the graded kind of era that we've been in lately has been that everyone's been trying to get everything graded, and like, it being hard to find a 10 is actually a okay thing. Lock for the Broncos. Ooh, silver field level of Tucker for the Ravens. Heck yeah. Love me some kickers. Mayfield for the Browns on the field level, and a nice club level of Tua. So like, the kind of like getting a graded of a 10 is also because I think grading standards have increased over the past little bit. And it really just depends on the grader that you get right now. Oh yeah. For centering and stuff, yeah. Like, especially 2020 in particular, again, that's one that's like kind of, I think, more circumstantial. Claypool for the Steelers on the concourse. Haskins for Washington on the concourse green die cut. Moss on the Unbreakable for the Vikings, and Roethlisberger for the Steelers on the Premier level. But yeah, like, in terms of centering, yeah, like, especially OPC Hockey is a good example of this, especially Platinum. Akers for the Rams, Goff for the Rams, Cousins for the Vikings, and on the tricolor, and Fromm for the Bills. Yeah. Scott Holds, this is 147. He had the Seahawks. Reed for the Chargers. This has some like marks on it. Wilson for the Seahawks on the field level, not a bad one. Bosa for the 49ers on the Hot Stars. And Thomas for the Giants on the club level rookie. So that is the break. Do a quick little recap here, because we're going to swing right into the next break here. But quick little recap. Where's the good stuff? Let's see. Those are good. That's good. That's honestly pretty solid. We'll do all that stuff. I think those are all probably the top stuff. That's probably pretty solid. Those are both good. Yeah. So, like, quick little recap of some of the cooler hits from that break, though. Burrow score rookie, it does have some, like, minor defects and stuff on it, and print lines and scratches and stuff. Again, speaking of quality. Tucker field level for the Ravens. It's a field level silver, and it's a kicker. Kickers rarely have cards, so, you know, shouting it out. Raider rookie of Ruggs for the Raiders. Tua, we hit a debut and Mosaic. Green and Mosaic debuts. Herbert Pink. CeeDee Lamb silver Prizm rookie, which is nice. Tua club level. Tua premier level tricolor. And Chase Young field level green die cut. So that is 147, 148 coming up next.